I was right. I was right. I was right. I was right with all the kitchen might. I was right. Because here we are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 months later. And actually, while everybody come on in the room, I'm gonna show y'all something. I'm gonna show you something. So let's have a little what did I call it? Let's have a little cuticle hour before we start. Let's let everybody get in the room because I was right. I was right. I was right. And you know how I don't let things go. So since I'm really like I'm still upset about my groceries. I am still upset that I left $45 worth of groceries on the 38 bus. And I have been trying to find peace, to be able to move on. And so since I am like Bronx with a bone, I was like, what else can I harp on? And then I realized, well, you were right about Kenya Moore. But before we get to that, I'm going to show you the difference between two polishes. Well, actually, I can do it while the nails are still on. So this is Solange. Now, this is from Zoya, and I enjoy Solange. However, Solange is a top coat. And you know, it's a hard, like true glitter top coat, like snag on a cashmere sweater top coat. Or you got to sit and let that shit dry top coat. But Carrie is a quick dry polish, which I will give you an example of now. A quick dry polish. If you want to have a beautiful gold fingernail for the holiday, it's $12 on Amazon. I just ordered it myself. This is Carrie. Now we're going to see if you can tell the difference in the texture because I'm going to put Solange on the thumb. Solange is not quick dry. She is a glitter top coat. Carrie is a foil polish that dries with a metallic sheen. Oh, I love a quick dry, honey. I love a quick dry. I also have a blue. If you want to do a blue, if you want to do a Oh Holy Night for the holiday, get yourself. Now, this color, I don't know what this color is called. They don't have it on the bottom. But I got this in Las Vegas at the Walgreens. So they got it at your local Walgreens. Sally Hansen, Insta Dry. She dries quickly. She don't lie about that. But now let me show you the Solange while everybody comes in the room. Sure, this is the damn because they both they look exactly the same. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, I just now realized this is a smooth and this is a matte. So I guess you can tell when you have them both. But I just noticed that now. But when you're ordering it, you can't see that. So now this is the Carrie. And now I'm going to put the Solange on over it. Just a whisper of the cuticle hour before we get started on how I was right. On how I was right. Now this is the Solange, and you could see the texture. You can see the texture versus that. This is flat. This is the flat, and that is the textured Solange. I love a gold nail for the holiday. But that's just me. That's just me. Also, this is a top coat. The Solange is a top coat. Honey, I will say, if you want to do a burgundy, in ox blood, a maroon. And it's very interesting that, like, that really described like the three generations that I am of and have lived through because it went from maroon to burgundy to oxblood all in my little 42 years. But put this over a blue, put this over just a light coat, put this over the maroon oxblood. You could even put it over an orange. hmm hmm It sparkles it up. A Merlot. A Merlot. Kenya Moore thought it was smart to bring a sexually explicit photo of a coworker into a workplace. Let's say it together. Kenya Moore thought at 54 it was smart to bring a sexually explicit photo of a coworker into a workspace. Now let's talk about Britt Eady's threat because I want to talk about the quietest group of people in the world right now. And that is the people that were loudly saying, Britt threatened Kenya. Britt threatened Kenya. You don't hear not ne'er motherfucker say that shit no more. You don't hear not ne'er motherfucker say it. All those people have quieted down to even lower than a mew, to even lower than Janet Jackson's highest note. None of them people saying nothing. But Kenya's still off the show. But Kenya's bills still aren't being paid. All those people, Britt threatened Kenya. Britt threatened. Now, here's my thing. If you're going to threaten somebody and they're going to act like they're taking it seriously, how you going to threaten them with two weapons? A whistle and a pip. And I'm saying that because we on YouTube. A whistle and a pip. You going to have to get one or the other. Because, baby, you got both. You sound like Yosemite Sam. I'm going to get my whistles and pips. Now that we are seven full months out, who really took that threat seriously? Who? That needs to be on a t-shirt. Janet Jackson, red card, red penalty. Who took that threat for real? For real. Now, here's the thing. You can be, I'm not saying you can't be threatened. You can be threatened. People can be threatened. It's like, ooh, I actually think they're going to do something. But a whistle and a pip, if you had just said, I'm going to get my whistle, I might have been able to be with you. But I'm going to get my whistle and my pip. And then what are you going to do? You're going to tear this rootin', tootin', barn shooting thing down? Yosemite. Yosemite. Calm down. Calm down, Yosemite. Calm down. I can't. Here's the thing. She did say that. She said, I'm going to get my whistle and my pip. And the thing is, if you had just said my whistle, it might have carried more weight. But my whistle and my pip, that's like me saying, I'm going to get Bronx to eat you. Now, Bronx is a dog. That is true. But do you think he's going to eat a human? Is that possible? How am I going to hit you with a whistle and a pip? That's a lot of aim. As someone that was in the United States military that had to actually qualify with something, that's a lot of aim to have a whistle and a pip. That's a lot of aim. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Britt got carried away with the camera, but Everybody wanted to act like she had given some type of real threat. Girl, boom. Girl, boom. And now here we are, months later. And guess what? Brit is still suing Bravo, and Kenya is still forgotten at BravoCon. And the fact that the ladies of Atlanta now here's what I'll say about Potomac versus Atlanta as somebody that y'all sent to BravoCon for this specific coverage. So let me give you your money's worth. Let me give you your money's worth. The Potomac girls were here for Karen, missed Karen, and couldn't wait to bring her back in the fold. That was the energy. And that was communicated not just through energy, but through action, through deed, through works and speech. Who talked about Kenya on the Atlanta panel? Did Portia bring her up? Did Angela bring her up? Kelly? Who brought her up? Like me giving Rob Dixon a moment, no one gave Kenya a moment. No one gave Kenya Moore a moment. Thank you for your service. Oh, I would say any time, but only during those specific years in my past. I would never do that shit again. I'm old and tired now. Oh, I'm pissed I have to wait for Married to Medicine tomorrow, too. Kenya knew she had one foot out the door, so she decided to pull. Yep, sure did. But I would like to invite anyone into the room. I'm putting the link in here. I would like to invite anyone in the room that would also like to talk about how I was right. I'm sorry, I'm bringing it up. Sometimes you got to be your own damn advocate. And I had said, Kenya, how long? Now, y'all have been with me for a minute. We've been doing this for over a decade. How many times did I say, Kenya, I think you're talented. Kenya, I think you're beautiful. Kenya, you impressed me at BravoCon. But Kenya, just stop being a bitch on the show. How many times did I ask that woman to stop being a bitch on the show? How many times? How many times? I want counts because I know I did. I am not a Kenya Moore hater. I just wanted more for her. And I knew you keep being this asshole, it's going to bite you. What did Monique say? Eventually, the clown comes back to bite. And it did. Damn, that clown came back to bite. That clown came back to bite. Honey, I have never given hate to Kid ever. I said I was right that her actions would lead her to where she is now. I have begged that woman to correct course. I was the only one championing that damn pilot she put out. That I was like, I want to see Kenya the actress. I want to see Kenya the mother. I want to see Kenya the friend. But Kenya kept coming on Bravo and giving us Kenya the See You Next Tuesday every season, season after season. And it was honestly when she got so inserted in Kenya's pussy, you thought she was Bolo's penis when the Bolo shit happened. And it's like, girl, Portia got some dick. And and women don't act like that. When one of the circle gets some dick, the other girls cheer that on. Not any more of her. Can we get Brooklyn without she? Oh, okay. Now Radiance. Um, I feel like, Radiance, I feel like what's happened with Kenya is the same thing that happened with that white woman who's got the weird face now. She was the one that slept with Leanne Rhymes' husband and then married him. Or no, Leanne slept with her husband and then married him. I knew somebody stole her husband. What is her name? Worthless. Let's just call her Worthless. But she, Worthless, had the same issue where she did something with Caroline Manzo, and that lawsuit has been going for, geez, I've been living here so long. It's been going for 2 or 3 years. I don't think Kenya is ever coming back. I think like Worthless is never going to work on Bravo again. I don't think she's ever coming back. I like the fact that nobody mentioned her at BravoCon. She was persona non grata, non grata. They're like it took damn near a decade for them to talk about bringing Nene back. By the time they bring Kenya back, she'd be 70. It's funny because it's true. Nene was smart enough to pull that shit in her 40s. And Nene is Nene. Now, Kenya may be Kenya, but Kenya ain't nobody's Nene. Yeah, Brandy Glanville. Brandy Glanville. There you go. The worthless woman. 70. By the time that lawsuit is over, how long? Wait, hold on. We're going to look it up right now. We're going to look it up right now. Right now on air live. I don't care about Google it. Okay. When did Caroline Manzo start the lawsuit against Bravo? Oh God, 2 years. Let's see. It's not giving me a date. Oh, because it said Manzel, not Manzo. January 2024. She started her lawsuit. It was January 26, 2024. And there is no future inside of that. And it is about to be January 2026. Now, Kenya Moore was 54 when this started. So she'll be 56 and they still will be no further ahead. It's over. Who wants to shimmy on in the room? Leah's lawsuit is ongoing as well. Not you, honey. I'm trying to give you a little bit of Stacy. Oh my goodness, let me give you my Stacy impression. All right, let's talk about this polish. Let's talk about this polish. Now, if you're like me, a person on the go, sometimes you just want to, make sure the nails are right before you leave the house. And that's why you have this beautiful foil finish. You can see right here. Doesn't take too much to coat it. There you have it. It's beautiful. It's sparkly. It's shiny. It's giving you true gold. Yet it's still fun and playful. Wait, is this live? Yes, this is live. Although I'm always like, even if you're watching it, I was still alive when I posted it, and I was alive when I recorded it. So it may be recorded, but it's still a living being. So, I don't know about live, but okay. It's like, how many lives can I live? This one is enough. Oh my goodness. Talk about shine. Talk about shimmer. Oh my God. I am going to do a Stacy's Christmas. Hold on, I gotta get this camera for a minute. Talk about shine. Talk about shimmer. Arba. 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 The way she says Arba, like it comes from, like, I know she loves that girl because it comes from this deep place in her soul. Arba. Oh, and then the chin drop, like when she says, brother. Oh, 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 brother. Oh, brother. Oh, I can't. Not like Pam Oliver's. And speaking of Pam, who wants to shimmy on in the room and read Pam Oliver? Because I have a feeling that Wendy and Eddie Osefo had something to do with me losing my groceries on the bus. It was some type of scheme that they set up to come to me with the missing food. I'm telling you, Arbella. Arbella know. Arbella knows. In the bushes cracking. I'm still in the bushes weeping about my damn groceries. Weeping. You're tired of Pam Oliver? I'm tired of thieves too. I'm telling you, they set me up because I got on the wrong, but you know what? It was them. It was their sorry asses because they sent the 38 early. They sent the bus early knowing I would get discombobulated and confused because that wasn't the bus that was supposed to show up at the allotted time. It was them. It was them. They stole my phone. Jamie, why don't you shimmy on in the room? Jamie, join us. You don't have to come on camera. You could just give a vocal like it's AM radio. I'm telling you, I believe it was Osu magic. I believe. They put the Osu curse on me and they were like, you know what? Now that we can't scam with all of our other identities, we gonna collect food from bus routes. They stole my double chocolate chip cookies. It was them. It was the Osu magic that started this theft. The Black Crow was on the bus. Double chocolate chip cookies, fresh baked from the supermarket. They stole them. They stole them. They stole. I'm talking like the woman in Brewster Place now. They stole them. They stole them. They stole them. It was them and the Osu magic. You know what? It's because I showed up to BravoCon with her stolen ring. You're the one that stole, Wendy, not me. Oh, ooh, girl, now, oh my. I, oh my God. Oh my God. I have to stand up and give you a standing O. Oh my God. This is why I open up the chat. Wendy will do anything for money, including go to jail. They gonna see, yep, they gonna, yep. Now, I don't mind if my food went to a child, if a child is eating my bagel and my salmon spread cream cheese with chicken on, I'm okay with the child eating my food. That's fine. That and like that gives me a little bit. That's the first time I felt a little bit of peace since, is thinking of a child eating that food. If a child is enjoying those cookies, now a grown fuck that. But a child, I can be at peace with a child eating the groceries that I paid my hard-earned money for. I can be okay with the kid eating it. The mother better stay hungry. Arabella is pronounced gutturally. Clap it up for another standing O. A standing O, honey. That's a standing O. Get on. Get on up. Good. Oh, God. A child is not going. Now, Andrea Henderson. Who are you talking? Like, and I don't mean like, who are you talking to? I mean, I'm the kid that enjoyed salmon spread, pimento loaf. I'm that kid. I've been eating salmon spread since I was like 8. I'm that kid. A child will enjoy salmon spread because Lord knows I did. I'm that kid. Where it's like, why is this? I can feed a child. I can feed a child. I can feed a child. Maybe that's how I can get through this because I've been pissed. You had an adult palate too. You don't enjoy salmon spread. Maybe you're going to the wrong place. Because it's got to be the right people that do salmon spread. You got to get it from the right people. But like I've had some that was too stringy, so I can. But yeah, honey, you can have some salmon spread with me. Run into me, and I will always be able to take you to a bagel place long as it's open, because they always close around 3. But if you run into me between the hours of 7 and 3 p.m., I will take time to have a bagel with you, I just it's good. It's good. You've never had like salmon spread, mine. You tried lox and ain't like it. Wow. Salmon spread is amazing. It's the lox, it's the smoked salmon. So it's soft and it's salty. Most kids don't even like tuna. I grew up eating wait, how do kids not like tuna when they all grow up eating tuna sandwiches? I have made homemade salmon spread and I have gone to the deli to get salmon spread. You like salmon croquettes. My grandmother made amazing salmon croquettes. You're making tuna as we speak. Now, I make something called adult tuna. And that is when I put in, I go and I get Kalamata. I think they're called Kalamata olives. If I'm pronouncing it wrong, life will go on because it's not a person. So but they're Kalamata olives, they're red, and they come with this oil. You make sure you get a lot of the oil in with the olives, and then you put the oil in the tuna, and then you cut up the olives. I dice them, and then you put that in, and it gives it this like amazing winey taste. Like imagine tuna soaked in like a really good Merlot. That's what it gives. It gives it body. It gives it body. I love a tuna macaroni. No, see, you see, this is my people. These are that is my people. My people. My people. A tuna macaroni. I don't want macaroni salad without tuna. Now, I've heard of a chicken macaroni salad, and that's something I want to try. That's something I want to try. But I have gotten macaroni salad and been like, this is too mayonnaisey. And then you put some tuna in it to help absorb it. And then it's beautiful. And then it's beautiful. But yeah, macaroni salad always has to have tuna in it. Always and forever. Sardine. Now, sardines, I can be in the mood for a sardine. I can enjoy a sardine, but I'm not putting a sardine in anything. Is macaroni salad the same as pasta salad? That is a great question. And Cameron, I will say the answer is regional. The answer is familial. For me, the answer is no. Because whenever I've had pasta salad, and this is me as a Yankee and a Tidewater person, I've never lived in the deep South, so I can't speak for the deep South, but I feel like the answer would be different down there. Pasta salad has like Italian seasonings in it. It doesn't have mayonnaise as a dressing like macaroni salad does. It usually has like an olive oil, it's like boiled noodles, an olive oil dressing, cut up tomatoes, some feta cheese, some maybe like little bits of fresh mozzarella, and then an olive oil dressing. For me, that is what I grew up knowing as as pasta salad. And then sometimes it would have meat in it. Macaroni salad has macaroni, a mayonnaise base rather than an olive oil base, and cut up sweet vegetables like pieces of like sweet green peppers, sweet red pepper, and then like maybe another vegetable. That's what I grew up knowing, and sometimes relish. And that's what I grew up knowing as macaroni salad. But when you're like, that is because in the North we have a lot of Italians. So a lot of my palate has been influenced by Italian taste and whatnot because those were always the neighborhoods that we lived in, the people that we were around. Like if it wasn't Black people, it was Italian people. So I like that's my Ital like that's my like growing up in New York and around a lot. It was because I realized like it's a lot of Italian people that had a lot of restaurants that we went to. That's my understanding of pasta salad. And then because grew up Black with Black relatives, I have my macaroni. I have the macaroni salad where it's like I remember my grandmother would make macaroni salad, but she would always put tuna in it. Celery and maybe pickles. Yep. Now you see a seafood pasta. Now I've had seafood salads, and ooh, now I love this. I love this. I was asking because my mom makes an amazing seafood pasta salad. What is in the seafood pasta salad? Is it a mayonnaise base or is it an oil base? Because I could see it being either. Because when I make a shrimp salad, now let's talk about seafood salad versus shrimp salad. When I do a seafood salad, that's when I get imitation crab meat. I put some shrimp in my seafood salad too. And then it's a mayonnaise base. And then I do cut up celery and tomato. If I do a shrimp salad, and my shrimp salad is super simple, I butter fry my shrimp, and then I do a mayonnaise base with celery and tomato, and that's it. That's all that goes in there. But Cameron, what's in your mom's seafood salad? Ooh. Do you say Italian or Italian? Because I grew up where all of my relatives would say, "Oh, Alex always be hanging out with them Italians." Miracle Whip. Miracle Whip. Bronx, she said Miracle Whip on my live. I don't know how I feel about that. Miracle Whip. My grandmother used Miracle Whip, but that was before preservatives. So I have memory of when Miracle Whip was a good product. But I would say I've been a Hellman's guy since, oh God, my 30s. My 30s. I'm Hellman's through and through. Your dad loved Miracle Whip and you could never. My grandmother used Miracle, like I remember growing up with Miracle Whip in the house. But I will say our older relatives, we can give them a little space and a little grace because they remember what Miracle Whip was. And they're probably afraid of Hellman's. Now, I have not been in the South enough to have Duke's mayonnaise. I've heard good things where if a Southern person asked me to have something that they made with Duke's, I would do it. I haven't used Miracle Whip in so long, I couldn't even think about it. Duke's is pretty good. Hellman's or nothing. Oh, I got to tell you something that threw me for a loop. So, when I moved out to California, because, I had to have that chapter of my life, there was no Hellman's. And I realized that when I was in Vegas. And I asked somebody at Walmart, where's the Hellman's mayonnaise? And they looked at me like I had five heads. And I came home from the store, much like I came home from the store when I lost my groceries, distraught, hurt, confused, and frightened about the future. And then the next time I went to the store, I saw Hellman's mayonnaise, but it was dressed up differently. And I'll show you. This, until you cross like the Colorado River, is Hellman's mayonnaise. The second you get to the West Coast, it is called Best Food. Wait, hold on. What message is coming through? I'm like, no. I was like, I don't know what message that is. Because now I'm not trying to show y'all my business. But when you cross to the West Coast from Las Vegas on, it is the same jar, just called Best Foods. Is Dukes considered racist? I'm going to give us black people some peace about racist food brands or racist any brands. Gabourey Sidibe said something very powerful and very poignant. She said, if I didn't shop at any place that wasn't anti black, anti fat, anti woman, I wouldn't have nice things. It is a freedom of there's no way not to participate in the system at some point. So you may as well enjoy it when you do, because we don't get to opt completely out. We can take our stands, and there's nothing wrong with that. But there's also nothing wrong with saying, I'm going to enjoy my life. And even though I know some people at this company may not have my best interest at heart, I'm still going to enjoy the product. Now, if you don't appreciate that, I'm not telling you how to live. But for me, that gave me a little peace, a little freedom, I don't have to worry about that. That's a good point. That's a good ass point. I didn't create this system, and I can try to help break it when I can, but there are also times when you just get to enjoy your life. Ah! The first thing I saw when I scrolled down, the first thing I saw when I scrolled down, not she. Appreciate that. But this was the first thing. No, we don't. Glory greens do not taste the same anymore. Gabourey, now, hold on, hey you, hold on. Now we gonna talk about this for real, for real. What black man was interested in Gabourey Sidibe? What black man was going to treat her well? People love to do this with black women that ain't got no business dealing with black men. We all know good and well that soul was meant for a white husband and ain't nothing wrong with it. That's like the same shit with people saying, oh, well, Sierra should get with a black man. What black man? And not Sierra the singer, Sierra the girl from BravoCon. Ooh. There you go. Most of the black men are conflicted. They don't even stand up to women. And this is why I have opened up the line. Open up the line. Shimmy on in the room. Shimmy on in the room. And you know what? Here's something I can add to that quote. And I hope you stand with me when I add it. I have used Apple products for the past 12 years to make this show. I have acknowledged that my audience is predominantly, overwhelmingly, and thank joyously Black women. And I have proudly said, I make my show for Black women. If others want to watch, feel free. You are more than welcome. Everyone is welcome on my picnic blanket. But my Black women were the ones that first showed up and showed out, and continue to do so. I have made no bones, no issues. I have always said, this show is for Black women. Do you think Apple is a company for Black women? I don't know too much about them, but I don't. But I still get to use their product to make your show. So I ain't gonna argue with them. Kenya was mean and hateful. It's okay not to like her. And black men, and black men, and black men. But I will say, I looked at my numbers and I saw who consistently has shown up for me. And so I always make my show with you in mind. And I'm happy to do it. Why wouldn't I be? It's nice to know who watches you. So that way it's like, great. I know what you want to hear. I know what you don't want to hear. I know what I can make fun of safely, where I don't have to worry about hurting anyone's feelings. Because that's not the point of me getting on stage, is to hurt someone. That's why there are a lot of topics I don't talk about. That's why you didn't see me pouring baby oil all over myself in lower Manhattan. That's why. That's why. And hey, you there, I try to make Black women that are supporters of me not to their detriment. I try to And I'm human, so sometimes I will fail, but I truly try to make this show a happy place for you. It's what you deserve. It's what I deserve. I can get on stage and tell my jokes and you enjoy it. And I am beyond grateful for that. Us sisters appreciate, and you appreciate me, you appreciate Chris. It's fun. And y'all send us to BravoCon. And it's beautiful because y'all are like, you know what? There's not going to be enough black media in the room. No, y'all go on. Y'all go on. And make sure to ask Rob Dixon whatever you feel is appropriate. And that is why I made sure to ask Simone Whitmore about Kids Force. Now, what I would love at this moment, Rob the Fraud, tell it like it, to tell it like it is. You have changed my life permanently for the better. And Lord knows I needed it because no one else was going to. But I want y'all to shimmy on in the room because we need to talk about Rob the Fraud. Lipstick Alley would tear you up and let them feel free. Because the fact that they've been talking about me and I'm still not famous, I'm like, y'all ain't got nothing else to do. Oh, I dragged you out of a dark time, T. Well, thank God. That is what I am here for. That is my purpose on this planet Earth. That is what I was sent here to do. That is what I came out the womb kicking doing. Well, I didn't come out the womb kicking because I wasn't a breached birth. I realized I was like, wait, that's saying you're a breached birth. You know what's funny? When I was at BravoCon, I was talking to two white women and they were, they were mothers. And so we were like, we got on the subject of gestation and pregnancy. And they were like, how the hell do you know about gestation, about breached birth, about umbilical cords, about fallopian tubes? They're like, the people in politics don't know about this. How do you know about this? And I'm like, I went to a gifted and talented school. I paid attention in biology. Like, I don't know how other people don't know where humans go. I'm like, I'm not a doctor, but everybody should know about a fallopian tube. Where do you think the sperm goes? I can't. All black women don't watch Housewives. Honey, all the people that watch my channel don't watch Housewives. A lot of people that watch me are like, I never look at that shit. I just like you. Hold on, let's start with how I got on YouTube. Ashley Miller and my YouTube mother, For Its Rocks. I will always, For Its Rocks is why I am here. I will always shout her out. I will name her in my Oscar speech. She has always been just so kind and so warm and never needed to be. That's just who she is. And my life is better for knowing her. Robin ran from my question. Simone embraced it. Yes. That's what I wanted to talk about. Let me put this. Who's going to shimmy on in the room? When I asked Simone Whitmore, do you still allow your husband to make financial decisions because he wasted 24,000 of your dollars on Kids Force? And I want you to go back and watch that clip because the look on Contessa's face as she turned and then simply fell into her own lap. And Contessa, I'll see you in 2 years. And hopefully, in those 2 years, your husband will have finally grown an upper lip. What is it like to kiss a man without an upper lip? I mean, I would never know. I knew kids' voice would be rearing its ugly head sooner or later. Wait, no, they like. Oh, child, Lipstick Alley has been talking about me, talking about my mama. They didn't talk. They talk about me all day, all night. Rob the fraud. From day one, I had you cry laughing. I've never seen an Housewives episode, but I still watch Alex regularly. Now, Melody, I want to know, how did you find me if you don't watch Housewives? I always wonder how I end up in people's orbit. You think Forest Rocks is how you came across the channel? Yep, Forest Rocks has always been kind, always promoted me. Like I had never done video to first, and I was a huge fan of Forest Rocks. You'd be surprised, Alex. A lot of women don't know their anatomy and they've birthed babies. You've seen it working in gynecology. Somebody come in the room. Somebody come in the room. Oh, thank God. Thank God we got to add to this. Thank God. Thank God. CW, I'm sorry if you was waiting.
No, it's okay. No, yeah,
Oh
that's
my
true.
God.
No,
I'm
really.
sorry.
No,
I know
really.
sperm travels up a fallopian tube. I know where a clitoris is. Even if I don't need to know where a clitoris is. But if anyone ever needed to know, I could point you there. Like, what is wrong with people?
It's just that the focus is on the gestation, and no one really, it's like a two-way thing. The healthcare is like nobody's really caring for the woman carrying the baby, and some they just
That
don't
is
pay attention.
that is a disgusting fact about America. That is very true.
Like things
It,
like the test to see if you have diabetes and stuff, they don't, the maternal fetal medicine part, they don't feel like, why do I have to do that? And then the doctors have to go and explain it, why it all connects. That's what I'm saying. Things, and then after they birth, what a lot of women don't tell other women about things. I fussed every older woman in my family about certain things like perimenopause and stuff. I fussed them out. You should have told me, because like you always say, State Farm knew, I should have known. So I bust all of them out. Granny,
Honey, Pepperidge
auntie,
Farm.
mom,
Pepperidge
Petra's
Farm.
Farm. Sorry, yeah, but I say yeah.
I was like,
Petra's Farm knew. You should have told me. You should have
I
told me
can't
like
wait to run
Kelly.
this live back to see the confused.
Sorry, it's Petra's Farm,
No,
not
it's fine.
State Farm.
It's fine.
They should have. They should have known. Women, they come in. They be so like. I used to ask them. So how was it? Your delivery. They were shocked. They were like, my family didn't tell me. Things that they didn't know.
Now, my grandmother was there when my grandmother had five. Um, she had four and twins, so two and one. My mother had me, and that was it. But because my grandmother was having her kids from like 1940 something, 1950 something, they gave women, how do I say this delicately? Heroin. And that's a fact. You can look it up.
That is. They used to be knocked out sometimes, and they would wake up, and the baby would be here. That's true.
Thank you. And my mother didn't, and this is the funniest part of the story. My mother didn't want me to come out loopy. So she had a natural childbirth.
And you stole the show, and she said no more.
Honey, no, no. She didn't want me to come out loopy.
Right.
That wasn't like the thing is, you were going to have a loopy child, whether you wanted to or not. And you should have taken the heroin. Like, I wasn't born in the 50s, but you still should have taken the heroin because you
She said,
didn't
"What did
want
I get
me to
into?"
come out loopy. That's
Mm,
a, ter-
yeah, it was natural, so we can think it's natural. But
but
I
I'm
did
still
see.
loopy. You did
Yeah,
not,
it's
you went
natural.
through all that pain and didn't, and still had a loopy child.
Labor of love. She wanted to give you the best chance. Now all this loopiness is yours. There's no excuse. You have to stand on your loopiness.
Well, no, she's got to stand on my loopiness. But back to Kenya Moore and me
Now I
being
like her.
correct.
She was one of my faves. I haven't watched in like 3 seasons because I can't take it. Alex, I have an idea in all the Biffers. I think they should retire Atlanta, uh, Orange County, and I'm gonna give Jersey, and I'm gonna give this new New York City one 2 more seasons. And I have an idea. I think they should retire them over down to Peacock, and they should make a bunch of shows with them because I'm really tired of those specific franchises. They're late. They're getting nastier and nastier. Is nothing else to bring to the table. Y'all then did everything you could do to each other at the reunion. It's getting too nasty. Miami, also Miami. Take them down there with you, over there to Peacock, retire, and make a bunch of Ultimate Girl shows with themes. I want a prison. I want a prison Ultimate Girl trip down at the Peacock.
Oh my God.
I do. I really do. And I know you
Not
listening,
a
Andy.
prison.
Yes, I want all the ones who were jailed. I want them mixed in with all the fighters and stuff like a Portia who was never been, but almost. So almost in prison and in prison. So get Karen down there, get Portia, get Marlo, get the Salt Lake City lady, get all of one. Get the Teresa, mix them up. Get Brandy, drag Brandy's ass, loopy ass over. Yes, get them and mix them up together and down at the Peacock.
Oh, T said something really sweet. I might have come out without a sense of humor. She brought exactly what we ordered.
Aw. I'm telling you that, yeah, send them down to Peacock, the prison edition. I really want to see it. It's gonna be a mess. Could you imagine? I want to see it. I want to see, and I want them to have different games, like make like a slop day. Like seriously, I have the whole thing. I know they should have it because I'm just sick of all of these other friends. They're bored. It's been on too long. How many times are you gonna watch Atlanta? And I liked Kenya, but I haven't watched in a few seasons because I'm just not feeling it. And oh, you have a comment.
Yeah, if they retire Atlanta, our viewing pool gets reduced on Black Sundays, and I'm with her.
I
I
didn't
feel
say
like Bravo
I didn't
needs.
say that a show had to go away. You can always come up with another black show, as you
No,
say.
that. I feel like Housewives, like I don't feel Housewives is ever going to go away. I feel like our interest is going to wax and wane, but I feel like they need to start coming up with new shows like Next Gen NYC, and they also need to bring back Blood, Sweat, and Heels
Mm.
with
Okay.
new younger women. Like all the women that were on that show are in their 40s now.
Mm. I left a bad taste in my mouth, and I stopped watching that towards the end too. I hope they can come with something refreshing. I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful for 2026. I'm hopeful. It's a new year. I don't know. I don't know. Kenya, poor Kenya. Uh, I like
Poor
Kenya.
Kenya.
I just wish she
Kenya
never
brought
did
a
it.
sexually explicit
She
photo of a
did.
coworker
She did.
into a workplace.
Because she was deemed the villain and she accepted and she got tired of it. She should have
Well,
sued like
here's the
this
thing:
girl
Kenya
sued.
didn't have to be a villain. Kenya could have been nice, and I begged her. Nobody was sending her my videos, or she wasn't watching them.
But why did she
I
have to be nice? And she the one that was dragged off of a couch. She just was too stupid to sue. She should have sued.
No, no, you okay now you're taking Kenya's blame out of this. You can't point something in someone's face and not think someone you can't provoke someone and not think somebody's not going to whoop your ass.
Okay, so then and then we fast forward to a different franchise where they were rallying around Monique when she grabbed Crybaby.
And again, Candace kept egging Monique on. Like we
Oh, here we go. Okay, I understand the cherry picking. I get it because I
I'm
like
not
Monique and
cherry
Kenya.
picking.
No,
I am
but the
honey, I
viewers,
am
the
one of those
viewers,
people.
the
I am one of
viewers.
those people that has picked at people, gotten my ass whooped, and whooped ass because, oh, you now think I won't jump bad, honey. If I said it, I'll back it
Oh,
up.
I get it. No, I get it. People like who they like. I understand.
It's
I
not
yeah.
liking who you like. Here's the thing: take the cameras away. Would you act like that?
No, she would not act like that in real life. That's what I'm
Okay,
trying to
then.
say.
So you was
She would.
putting on for the camera, and you
Mm-hmm.
thought because these cameras are here, I won't get my ass whooped. And you got your ass whooped. A black mother said, "You know what? I don't care if it's in the supermarket. I'm gonna spank you here and now. You acted up here and now. I'm gonna deal with it here and now."
Yeah, that's true for most of them. Yeah, yeah, and I mean, I get it. I just don't. I
You
have,
can't like this is a reality show. In reality, can you put something in somebody's face like Kenya was and not think they're not going to snatch it and say, okay, you want to go, let's
Oh,
go.
I believe she was cool for the snatching. She wasn't cool to get snatched off the couch by her hair. That's what I believe. She didn't. She thought that would never ever happen because she come from that pageant world, exaggeration, all them nasty cat fights back then. She wouldn't. She never thought that was going to happen. She never thought.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You never thought. So you thought,
And Crybaby's also a pageant girl who never thought the same. See, that's what I'm saying. It's a pattern. They never thought. They weren't in those environments. They never thought.
exactly. So you think you can get away with treating somebody like that. And they're like, I don't play by those rules. I'm going to whoop your ass here and now.
Yeah, I mean, it happened. I mean, dude, she should have just sued then. That's what I would have did.
And
But
you wouldn't have, and because of the contracts they signed, she wouldn't have got anything. And that's why she didn't.
oh
And
no,
here's the
see, she
thing
couldn't sue
that's why
Portia.
Britt
She couldn't sue
Eady
Bravo.
did.
She couldn't sue.
And this is the difference between an ass whooping on camera and what Kenya did. Because Kenya has branded that woman as a whore. And we
Mm.
all know we live in America. America is not fair to women, and they are not fair to women that work in the sex industry. Kenya knew that, and she knew that would be something permanent that I can do
And
to
Kenya
her.
was also branded a whore with her own castmates. Once again, she didn't stand. She didn't do it
Because she
right.
tried to sleep with Apollo, somebody else's husband. Now,
Now
you
you know
can't
that's not
brand somebody a
true.
hoe when they are, trying to get thrown in the pool by somebody else's man.
Now we know that's not true. She didn't sleep with Apollo. She didn't try to sleep with Apollo.
She was still throwing herself at him
Right, for the
on
show. She
where
was
the
doing a
camera
lot.
could
She was
pick it
doing a
up.
lot. She was doing a lot. Yes, she was.
I'm saying, ain't no way on God's green earth. How would you feel if a woman was acting like that around your man?
I mean, naturally, of course, but her husband should have known better. But we know it's a show. It was a mess. He didn't like Phaedra. So we ain't, I don't want to get deep, 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 but she was called a whore multiple times. Most of her seasons on the show, we can agree she was called a whore. Whore was like her name at one of the reunions. They was called everybody was calling her a whore. We do remember, right?
I remember.
All right, but she didn't stand up for herself. She did cross the line, but she didn't stand up for herself.
Well, you can't stand up for yourself when you were the one that crossed the line.
Well, yeah, with Brit, yes, she did. With her, besides before that, she should have. But she did try to when she left and got, it's like she's been punished the whole time she's been on here. It's like she can't do right. She didn't like the way she was treated, so she skipped a couple seasons and did her own thing, and she got punished for that. It's just like she just needs to wash her hands of it and just let it go. I wouldn't have did it. Why are you messing up your biggest check in your life, your easiest check? And you could be doing a
Only
Giselle.
check.
You could you could be doing a Giselle and just doing the cute little make an ally and do the hazing or what. She doesn't even need to do that. People love Kenya. Those girls, I watched a little bit of this new season. Those new ladies actually revered Kenya and were excited to meet her. So she should have took them under her wing and they could have became like the plastics or something. I don't know. All I know is it's over for her. Unfortunately, I'm just over that. I'm over certain franchises. I really am, and they need to pivot and take. So I said, take them down over to Peacock or something. Make a new show. I'm telling you, the prison show would be good. They don't have to call it that. They can call it something else. But we will see the theme now. I came over here to tell you I did see you and Chris standing in line, waiting to ask you a question with the Potomac panel. And do you think they got in the moderator's ear and told them that to cut off the questions because you two were next? And I thought that was shady.
I am of a dual mind on this. I never want to consider myself to be that important that anyone would really think of me and stop me from asking a question. That would be grandiose delusions of myself, right?
Mm.
But then when you see what happened, it's almost like they did say, oh, that was the one that embarrassed Kyle last year. Yeah, cut the questions, cut the
Kyle. Oh,
questions.
Kyle.
So I'll never know the truth.
Mm,
That's what I'll say publicly. I'll
mm,
never know the truth.
hmm. We shall see. I just thought it was very convenient and crafty. Mm.
It sure was. But I want to thank you all for joining
Hmm.
me for this. We're going to be back in a minute. I just realized I have to go run somewhere. But we will be back in a
Thank
minute and I will
you.
see y'all soon.
Bye.